Yo, 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 what's that word? This is the 32 Inning Podcast. We about to knock it out of the park. I'm your host, Brodrick. We got a lot to get into today. So, introduce episode 10. Let's jump right into it. So, our last episode, we gave out the week 1 picks for the college football. NFL season wasn't out yet. Of course, that's came out in the past 2 weeks, and we already got a bunch of news there. But just like the week 1 picks for college football, we're going to give our week 2 picks out. So we're going to go down the line. So the first one I got is for today, as of September 16th on a Friday. We got Mary Mack at Harvard. Not going to lie, I don't know much about either of these schools, but I'm going to go with Harvard. I'm going to go with Harvard. Then, of course, for me personally, being a Florida State fan, we got a big game tonight against Louisville. Statement game for Mike Norvell, getting a 3-0, probably being ranked for the first time in forever for the Florida State football program. Only game on TV. Believe it comes on at 7:30, ESPN or ABC, one of those 2 networks. Y'all make sure y'all go check it out. I got a lot of faith in my team. I think we're going to pull out the dub. So you already know I'm rocking the net. So moving on, we got Wofford at Virginia Tech. I don't know much about Wofford. Virginia Tech did falter against Old Dominion this year already, but I got Virginia Tech in this one in a bounce back game. I think they beat Rutgers, or it was either Rutgers or BC that Virginia Tech beat last week. I don't know how much you can take from that. Honestly, I wouldn't take too much from that, but I got Virginia Tech pulling it out in this game. You got Youngstown State at Kentucky. Obviously, Kentucky looked very resilient and tough down there in the swamp last week as they beat the Florida Gators. Woo! So, of course, I was happy to see that, but I got Kentucky beating Youngstown State. You got ACU at Missouri. Again, this isn't a strong week for college football. Not a lot of intriguing matchups in my opinion, but you never know. I thought the same thing about last week, and there were so many upsets, including Notre Dame losing at home to Marshall. That's never supposed to happen. I kind of feel sorry for Marcus Freeman as a black man. You love to see other black men get these huge, important positions, like the head coach of Notre Dame. I wouldn't say he's definitely not living up to expectations yet, but I think it's going to take time. Obviously, he has a top recruiting class in the country, one of the top recruiting classes in the country. So you like to see that. And I think it's going to be a bumpy ride this first year as they're figuring things out and making transitions and hearing new leadership for the first time after hearing Brian Kelly's voice and messages for so long. I think he's going to need time to turn the program around. But back to the topic, I have Missouri beating ACU. Then we got Lehigh at Richmond. Again, I don't know much about these 2 teams, but I went to Lehigh, so I'm gonna go with Lehigh in this game. I don't know much about these teams though. Southern Illinois, Northwestern. Are we taking something away from Northwestern from beating Nebraska a couple weeks ago, as we seen what's happened with Nebraska? Obviously, they fired Scott Frost, and they went on to lose to Georgia Southern at home, which is obviously a fireable offense. To be quite honest, for a program with the pedigree and history of Nebraska. I got Northwestern in this game against Southern Illinois. Sacred Heart at Morgan State. And I'm not too familiar with these teams, but I remember seeing on some highlights Sacred Heart either won or lost a last-minute Hail Mary attempt. So I'm going to go with that one. Villanova at Army. I'm going to go with Army. Army's been a solid team the past couple years. Villanova, they're more of a basketball school. They're focused on that front. Army is getting better and better at football. They're doing their thing. Consistent program as far as what schemes they want to run, what messages they're hearing, and obviously the work ethic and dedication to their craft as Army men. Again, support our military. I got Army in that game. LIU at Kent State. I'm going to go with Kent State. Bryant at Brown. I'm going to go with Brown. Towson at West Virginia. I'm going to pick West Virginia in this game. We're going to see what JT Daniels does. We're going to monitor them and how they continue to take to their coaches' messaging in this game. And they had a big game against Pitt. I watched the game. Very entertaining back and forth game. I got West Virginia in this game. We got Montana at Indiana State. I'm going to go with Montana. Georgetown at Monmouth. I'm going to go with Monmouth in this game. Colgate at Penn. I'm going to go with Colgate. Albany at Fordham. See something real quick. Okay, yeah. Albany at Fordham. I'm going to go with Albany just because, they gave us Jared Verse, Florida State defensive end. Last year he went to Albany. Had a great career there, and he's off to a great start at Florida State. So shout out to them. I appreciate y'all. I'm going to go with y'all for the win. Kentucky State at Dayton. I'm going to go with Dayton. Delaware at Rhode Island. Delaware had a big win against Navy last week, I believe. That was actually really surprising. So I think they can keep it up this week. I'm going to go with Delaware. We got Princeton at Stetson. Man, I'm going to go with Stetson in this one. Surprising the upset. Bucknell at Central Michigan. I got Central Michigan. Think their offense is going to be too much. Valparaiso, I hope I said that right, versus Dartmouth. I got Dartmouth in that game. Cornell at VMU. I got Cornell. Hampton at Norfolk State. Norfolk State always picks up a lot of good JUCO prospects. As we know, a few years ago, they picked up a lot of the EMCC students from Last Chance U. I'm going to go with Norfolk State. Grambling State at Jackson State. This probably is the number one HBCU game this week. Grambling State got a solid coaching staff. Of course, we know Deion Sanders, Travis Hunter, a lot of transfers. They're doing better on the recruiting trail at Jackson State. They're probably the number one HBCU. They destroyed FAMU last week. I believe 59-3. It got real ugly. I'm going to go with Jacksonville State in this game. And as an aside, keep the people of Jackson, Mississippi in your prayers, as we know they're going through a water crisis and things of that nature. Also, while we have time, y'all please go like, comment, subscribe on the video. Helps the algorithm get it out there to more people. And in the meantime, visit Hattie'sCollection.com. We got new merch dropping. Go support the channel. Support your boy. I appreciate y'all. For everybody who listen, like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate you. Thank y'all. Moving back on, we got Cal Poly at South Dakota. I'm going to go with Cal Poly. Yale at Holy Cross. I think Holy Cross picked up a big win last week, too. I'm going to go with Holy Cross. Murray State at Ball State. I really believe Murray State could win this game against Ball State. But I'm going to go with my mind. I'm going to say Ball State win it. VA Lynchburg at Delaware State. Yeah, I don't know much about this game, but I'm going to go with Delaware State. Central Arkansas at Idaho State. I'm going to go with Central Arkansas. Drake at Idaho. This should be a tough game. Idaho isn't really known for football, but I'm going to go with Idaho, the Vandals. Going to pull it out against Drake. Austin Peay at Alabama A&M. I'm going to go with Austin Peay. They pick up a lot of Group of 5 and FBS transfers that transfer down. I'm going to go with Austin Peay. Howard at Morehouse. This should be another good HBCU game. Don't know much about either team, but I'm going to say this. If I would have picked an HBCU, I would have probably picked Howard. So I'm going to go with Howard. Nicolet State at SEMO. I'm gonna go with Nicholas State. Stony Brook at UMass. UMass picking up the big win at Stony Brook. Presbyterian at WCU. I got Presbyterian. W&M at Lafayette. I got Lafayette. Tennessee Martin at Boise State. I got Boise State. Southern Utah, Western Illinois. Give me Western Illinois. St. Francis, PA at Wagner. Give me Wagner. North Dakota at Northern Arizona. I got Northern Arizona in that game. Sacramento State at Northern Illinois. Give me UNI, Northern Illinois. Northern Iowa. I apologize about that. Give me Northern Iowa. Southern University at Texas Southern. It's another good game. Give me Southern in that game. I like them to bounce back after taking the loss to LSU. North Alabama at Chattanooga. Give me North Alabama. The Citadel at Mercer. It should be a decent game. Any Citadel fans, if you comment in the comment section below if y'all still running a triple option and things of that nature, we can have a discussion about it. But give me the Citadel in that game. Campbell at East Carolina. East Carolina looked really good at NC State against Week 1. I'm gonna pick East Carolina in this game. North Carolina AT&T against Duke, or A&T. Sorry about that. I'm gonna take Duke in this game. Charleston Southern at Eastern Kentucky. Give me Charleston Southern. Gardner Webb at Elon. Give me Gardner Webb. KY Christian at Morehead State. Give me Morehead State. North Carolina Central at New Hampshire. Give me NC Central. Columbia at Maurice. Give me Maurice. JSU at Tulsa. Give me Tulsa in that game. We got a lot of. Yeah, give me 1 second so I get to the obviously the games that y'all actually know these teams. All right, we got Georgia at South Carolina. This should be one of the better games of the weekend, to be honest, as far as college football is concerned. I love Georgia this year. Obviously, they dominated Oregon, and then their second game is another dominant effort. South Carolina could be a tough out. I want to see what Spencer Rattler does in this game, his poise in this game against a ferocious Georgia pass rush. Give me Georgia in this game, though. UConn at Michigan. I'm going to take Michigan in this game. UConn isn't good, quite frankly. Give me Michigan in that game. But I want to see what the quarterback situation is like in Michigan as well. Obviously, Cade McNamara, he came in, he got to start last week, and now I think J.J. McCarthy is supposed to be starting at UConn. So we're going to see how that goes. We got Oklahoma at Nebraska. Give me Oklahoma. Obviously, Nebraska just fired Scott Frost. I like Joseph as the coach. We'll see. Hopefully, they give him a chance to, I think they are going to give him a chance to coach out the year and see how it does. So we're going to see how that game plays out. But I got Nebraska winning. Texas State at Baylor. Baylor's too much. Youngstown State, we already did that one. Okay, let's see. Purdue at Syracuse. This is another sneaky good game. This is a really sneaky good game. Both tough-minded teams. I love Purdue and what they did that first week against Penn State. Syracuse, obviously, they beat Louisville. And I'm hoping Florida State use the same blueprint tonight to beat Louisville as well. Syracuse looks much improved this year. I'm going to go with Syracuse. Cincinnati at Miami of Ohio. I got Cincinnati in that game. Long Island University at Kent State. Give me Kent State. Western Kentucky at Indiana. Now, I've been hearing rumors that Indiana has one of the worst secondaries in the Big Ten. And Western Kentucky was so prolific last year with the pass. Give me Western Kentucky in the upset. And and that's at Indiana. So let's see. Buffalo at Coastal Carolina. Coastal Carolina was kind of had a rough showing last year. I mean, last week. Let's go with Coastal Carolina. Moving along here. South Alabama at UCLA. Give me UCLA. Iowa at Iowa State. Oh, my bad. Ohio at Iowa State. Give me Iowa State. Had a big win last night against fellow in state Iowa. The flagship program in that state, and that was a big win. I don't think the train slows down this week. Rutgers at Temple. This could be another intriguing game, defensive battle. I'm going to take Rutgers in this game. Old Dominion at Virginia. Hey, Old Dominion, they the upset. They one of them upset darlings this year, but I like Brandon Armstrong at Virginia. I think he has a good receiving core. I'm going to go with Virginia. Murray State at Ball State. We already predicted that one, so moving on from that one. But I did have Ball State in that one. We gonna keep it going. We got Cal at Notre Dame. I got Notre Dame bouncing back in this game. I believe in Marcus Freeman. And we're going to see. I think those players are hungry for a win. Even with a new starting quarterback. I think their starting quarterback got injured last week. Tulane at Kansas State. Sneaky good game. There are some good games. If you're a true fan of college football and you don't just look at the big names, there are a couple good games on this schedule for this week. Just not the horde of top 25 matchups that, if that's your thing, if that's what you're into. I got Kansas State over Tulane. Let's see. New Mexico State at Wisconsin. I got Wisconsin in that game. I think Wisconsin going to pull out the Big Ten West this year. But moving on. BYU at Oregon. Sneaky good game. BYU looks really good this year. Oregon, they kind of struggled, surprised on the offensive end this year. This is going to be a tough game. I truly think this is a coin flip game. Bo Nix has to show up. It's at Oregon. I'm going to go with Oregon in this game to pull it out. I think their defense is going to step up, help out Bo Nix. They're going to run the ball. I got Oregon in this game. Ole Miss at Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech hung in there versus Clemson eventually. It was inevitable that they were going to lose that game. They end up losing handily. Ole Miss, I haven't watched one of their games this year, but they have a lot of transfers I'm intrigued by. And always, since Lane's been there, I should say, they had an explosive offense. I'm going to pick Ole Miss in this game. Penn State at Auburn. Another sneaky good game. I believe in Penn State this year. I like Sean Clifford. Drew Allar. I don't think you're going to see him in this game. I think it's going to be close. Give me Penn State in this game. Vanderbilt at Northern Illinois. Give me Vanderbilt to bounce back. Colorado at Minnesota. Give me Minnesota. Let's see. Troy at Appalachian State. Give me Appalachian State in this game. I like them to keep the train going after that big win against Texas A&M at Texas A&M. Moving ahead here. UL Monroe against Alabama. I got Bama in this game for, I don't really got to explain that. Kansas at Houston. I like Houston to win this game. Boise State at UT Martin. Give me Boise State. Liberty at Wake Forest. Give me Wake Forest in this game. Colorado State at Washington State. Give me Washington State. Mississippi State at LSU. This might be the one of the best games of the weekend, honestly. This is a tough game to pick. I saw a lot of people picking Mississippi State. I'm going to go with LSU to win this game. I think the reason I'm picking them to win the game is because it's at LSU. But I think it's going to be one of the better games of the weekend. We're going to see how that play out. Let's see. Toledo at Ohio State. Give me Ohio State to dominate in that game. Arkansas Pine Bluff at Oklahoma State. Give me Oklahoma State. Missouri State at Arkansas. Arkansas is, to me, I think they should have ranked higher when the season started. They had a really good season last year, and they're just continuing on. They picked up some good transfers in Jaden Hasselwood and the defensive end from Alabama. I think his name is Drew Sanders. So they still got KJ Jefferson at quarterback. I like them to dominate Missouri State. Texas Tech at NC State. I'm going to pick the upset. I'm going to go with Texas Tech in this game. Akron at Tennessee. Give me Tennessee. Jacksonville State at Tulsa. Let's see. I know it's a lot of games, so we're going to move to the bigger game. South Florida at Florida. I'm going to pick Florida in the bounce back after losing against Kentucky, although, hey, I'm rooting for you, South Florida. Do your thing. Number 11, Michigan State at Washington. This is a sneaky good game, too. Not even sneaky. This is a good game. I like to see what Washington's new head coach can do against a ranked Michigan State team. But I got Michigan State pulling it out all the way over there on the West Coast. Number 23, Pitt at Western Michigan. Give me Pitt in this game. I think it's going to be a tough one, though. Nevada at Iowa. Iowa has to figure out what's going on with its offense. Defense is shut down, though, but they got to figure something out. I think Nevada, man. Give me Iowa in this game. I just think they figure something out. SMU at Maryland, another good game. It should be a really good game, an explosive game, a lot of offense in this game. Give me Maryland in this game. Maine at BC. Give me BC in this game. UCF at Florida Atlantic. Give me UCF in this game. UTSA against Texas. Another good game. UTSA, they've been playing hard against the Power 5, a couple upsets. I like Texas to pull this out. I loved how they look against Alabama. That was the best game of last college football week. We're getting to the end here. Number 13, Miami. 13, okay. At number 24, Texas A&M. I like Texas A&M to bounce back after losing to Appalachian State at home. I wasn't impressed by Miami's win against Southern Miss. I think their developing program, they're on the rise. They're recruiting well. I think Texas A&M bounces back this week, though. San Diego State at Utah. It should be another hard-fought defensive game, in my opinion. Give me Utah. And finally, North Dakota State at Arizona. This should be, for you late-nighters, this should be a really good game. New coaching staff at Arizona picked up a lot of good transfers. They're turning things around. I like Arizona to win this game, and that's probably an upset. Fresno State at number 7 USC. I might catch this game for the first time seeing USC this year. I want to see their offense, how explosive they are. Fresno State also has an explosive offense. This should be a really good game. A part of me wants to pick the upset against USC because of that defense, but from everything I heard, reading the tea leaves and looking at the transporter rankings, and I guess you can say, yes, I am watching the stars in this game. Give me USC in this game in a nightcap, 10:30 on Fox. That'll be a wrap it up. Thanks, you guys, for listening. Again, 32 Inning Podcast. Y'all go visit. Hattie's Collection. New merch is dropping all the time. Y'all like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate y'all. I might come back soon, dropping the next episode in a couple days with my NFL picks. I appreciate y'all again. Y'all have a good one.